Shalom. Call Haloyamla, Yahapwa, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash, Brakata Yahapwa, Brakata Yahawashai, Brakata Racha Kodash, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Shalom and double honors unto the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elders in the Akim and the Akwa. Shalom. I want to go to a quick video entitled "The Average White Boy is Collateral Damage in Babylon the Great." And how was that? Because over here in Babylon the Great, the war is waged against the Israelites. And so we're here as the slaves still in the land of our captivity. And the so-called white boy, the average white boy, he is what? Here along with us. And he has to suffer the same things as far as the feminist movement and children, children being over us and women being over us, and the abortions and homosexual agendas, all of these things, he has to suffer right here with us, although he does enjoy the benefits of what, privilege for financing for loans and credit and things of this nature. And then the corporate jobs, he has, dibs on all of that, but he still has to suffer these things. So he's collateral damage, being destroyed in his household by his women and children as well, right? Because Esau, he has to bind up the strong man in order to Salaki, he has to bind up the strong man in order to be able to destroy the Israelite man and his household. So we'll get that. Bind the strong man in Mark chapter 3 and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. So that's what he does by elevating and putting the woman over the Israelite man and the children, because the woman can't lead a household because she doesn't have the wisdom. The Most High deals with the men, and the men learn and then share it to their women, their wives, and then the wives can then properly teach up the children and guide them. So we'll first go to Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So the Israelites, our iniquity is accomplished, but Esau Edom has a perpetual hatred. Therefore, he will never stop punishing the children of the Most High, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the lost 12 tribes of Israel. So that's why we're steadily going through this, and these agendas that will never end. And now it's transhumanism, with that technology, ultimately, that is going to he's going to try to destroy the Israelite man with, to try to have his perpetual kingdom forever, but it will not happen. So the average white boy got to suffer all these things because why? Because of Esau's perpetual hatred and perpetual war that he has against has waged against the Israelites over here in Babylon the Great. So going to Psalms 37 and verse 12 through 14. The wicked plotted against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. So those are those think tanks, those secret meetings that they have in the middle of the nights, and just with the United Nations and all of these things is all because they are plotting against the just. Who are the just? The Israelites. Because he gave us the commandments and the holy covenant, no one else. And gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And that goes into, his military, but right now mainly it's just, his police force with the brutality, just which are the prison guards, the like what you would call, correctional officers, basically, because this is our prison, Babylon the Great, ultimately. Verse 13, the Lord Yahweh shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. So doomsday is coming, as Esau calls it, doomsday, judgment day. He has that doomsday clock, and it's If it moves any further, it'll probably be on midnight, because he knows that his day is coming. His judgment day is coming. Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. So, they cast us down and destroy us and keep us down, oppressed with our household, and in our household with our women and our children, and then economically and everything else, in bondage. And to slay such as be of upright conversation. So ultimately, it shows you right there what it's truly about. Esau chiefly is trying to keep down the elect men, the 1/3, because they're the only ones that will rise up against Esau, Edom, and his wickedness. Excuse me. So that's ultimately who he's after, the elect. So from there we'll go to Psalms 64 and verses 4-5. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So how they shoot in secret at the perfect, who are the perfect? The Israelites. And how is Esau Edom shooting at us? Through his, like we just went to, his think tanks, his secret councils, his United Nations meetings, and they're destroying them and then they put forth it through the Hollywood, music, television, internet, and everything that the people consume. And then and suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, by putting it forth in those mediums that the people get, and through the media as well. And they fear not because Esau, he's a blasphemer and a profane man against the Most High power. Hebrews 12:16. And we'll go ahead and get that real quick. In Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator, and we know who's the lewd fornicator of the earth is, or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So he's the profane man of the earth. He's the blasphemer of the earth, and he's the fornicator of the earth. And he sold his birthright, and he's upset about that. But it's prophecy, because the prophecy was what? The elder shall serve the younger. So that means that he was not going to have that birthright, but he came out first, and it played out the way the Most High wanted it to. And no man can understand the ways, the infinite wisdom of the Most High. Now this is just how he wants it to play out, because this is his play, and this is just how he can do whatever he wants, and is not unrighteous. And so going back to Psalms 37 and no, not 37, 64 and verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, because they fear not the Most High, the Edomites. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, and those snares are traps. So they lay traps privately. They say, who shall see them? So they believe the Most High won't see them, but the Most High eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, pursuant to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23 and verse 19. So the Most High sees everything. So from there we'll go to Jeremiah 31 and 22. It reads, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? And this is the Most High asking Israel, because we were going off and sinning, and this is all, that's the source of it all. We're the ones that sinned, and this is totally deserved and just. But Esau Edom, he goes far above and beyond to enjoy destroying the children of the Most High. For the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, hath created a new thing in the earth. So the Most High is saying that he has created something that's going to be different from the natural order. A woman shall compass a man, meaning a woman is going to be above a man because of our sin. So the Most High is punishing the sons of the Most High, it's the sons of him. Why? Because they've sinned, and he's going to allow their women to be over the top of them. And that's a prophecy the Most High is allowing to come to fruition, because we went off and we were wicked, and we deserve to be punished right now. And so our woman That shows you right there that a woman is not supposed to lead anything. A woman is supposed to always be led, because the Most High didn't give the woman the wisdom. He deals with the men. The Most High says what? The flock of my pasture are men. And that's, I believe, Ezekiel 34 and 31. Yes, so verse 31. And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, the Most High Power. So, excuse me. So it shows you right there that the flock of the Most High are men. So the women are not supposed to be anywhere around positions where they're the head, in work, in church, anywhere. But they're not supposed to be at work to begin with. That's a whole nother topic. But, it's just the men went off. And so the Most High said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and allow your women to be over the top of you. So, in this righteous judgment, that we're serving right now. And so we'll go from there to Isaiah 29 and 16. And how is all of this happening? Because the Most High is allowing Esau Edom, the so-called white man, to put forth these things to chasten us and punish us. But Esau, he goes too far with it, with this transhumanism and all of this garbage that he's creating as well from it. Verse 16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. So is Esau Edom. He's turned everything upside down. And so what's happening, with the whole feminist movement and all of the judgments all of the evil, wicked agendas that Esau is putting forth, he turned everything upside down. And so the potter, when he creates, so the potter is Esau Edom, the clay is the society, because everybody is destroyed and infected by the evil, wicked agenda that the potter Esau Edom of Babylon the Great, under his god Satan, created and putting forth. For shall the works say of him that made it, he made me not. So this society cannot say that the so-called white man did not create this. He made me not. Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. So on the micro level, it's Esau Edom that's doing it, but then ultimately this is, the Most High, created all of these different vessels in the earth. The Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, we're the vessels of mercy, and we're the righteous vessels through the commandments and the covenant that he made with us. And then Esau Edom, they're the vessels of wrath, they're the vessels of wickedness, because the Most High created, those vessels to be the wicked on the earth. So he's ultimate. The Most High is the infinite, architect and potter. So Esau Edom, he can't say, that he wasn't made to be the wicked. But then this context, talking about Babylon the Great, he everything in the society is upside down, and he's responsible. Who's ruling the earth? Who's in charge of Babylon the Great? Who runs America? Who founded America? So-called white man Esau Edom. So this is all of his doing. Because when you call it out, they like to say that, they like to get upset, but they're the ones, it's on their watch and on their clock. They want to enjoy the benefits, but then get mad when you call out, the terrible environment that they've created. So 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again. And the confusion in many places here in Babylon the Great chiefly, and then also the ideologies of Babylon the Great is spread throughout the four corners wherever the governments of other countries allows Esau Edom. Know that Esau has destroyed and installed all of this Babylon the Great Babylonian juice of Satan. And so that's the confusion in many places, and chiefly in Babylon the Great. And the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places. And so that's by Esau Edom capturing these animals, bringing them to zoos in America, and native animals to their native lands or in different areas that's foreign those animals, and they're in zoos, and Esau is all doing it for what? Monetary gain, for money. And then in these last days, the Most High is going to open up these zoos, which are prisons for animals, and they're going to be and they're going to escape those zoos, and they're going to be, slaughtering a lot of people, and that's going to be righteous judgment from the Most High. He's going to put spirits upon these animals to do so, as he says in the scriptures. There be spirits created for vengeance and teeth of wild beasts. So that's going to be these animals that's going to escape these zoos. And also people got all these dogs and animals. A lot of these animals are going to kill their own owners. That's happening already right now. You can look that up. So that's how these animals are going to change their places. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, here at the end of verse 8. So menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. So these monsters are little children, that's going to be also ruling over the men as well, because a man in most of these households, they can't say nothing. If they try to say something to their children, the woman rise up and shut them down. And then these children be, getting away with it, and they know they can get away with it. And these little monsters, these little children, be ruling over their parents as well. So it's just a very evil, wicked thing. But this is all, prophecy and how when Esau get into power, how evil things are going to turn out. So Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. So children are our oppressors as well, along with the women. And most I say, a woman shall compass a man, and then on top of it, the women, the children are our oppressors as well. So, it's like twofold. But that's how Esau, the average white boy, Esau Edom is suffering as well, because their women doing the same things, and their children is ruling over them as well. So that's how they are suffering. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. And what paths are those? The commandments given to us in the wilderness, the Israelites, the commandments of the law, statutes, and commandments, and the inheritance, and the covenant we made with the Most High. So that's how that's all polluted and turned upside down. So Esau Edom is being destroyed. The average white boy being destroyed here in Babylon the Great, because of the war that Esau Edom wages on the elite level. Because the elites understand this, and they know the nationalities of all the nations on the earth, and that the Bible encapsulates existence. But the average Joe don't know that. But they're destroying their brother because they want to attack, because they have to attack and wage war against the Israelite man, and everyone that's around him as well are going to be suffering that same societal norm that they put in place, which is of Satan. So Ecclesiasticus 14:5, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Because everyone want to say the so-called white man, Esau Edom, but he's evil to himself. How can he possibly be good to anybody else other than himself? How can he be good to anybody if he is hateful towards himself? Because he destroys his lower level brothers that's not on the elite level, that make decisions that impacts the earth. So only the elites look out for themselves, the elite of the Edomites, and then he allows, his lower level average Joe, Edomite white boys to enjoy, loans getting approved easily, and high credit limits and everything, and funding. But ultimately, they are punishing them as well. Their collateral damage, because Esau, he weighs out the results of his actions, and he said, okay, that's fine. I'll take that collateral damage. I'll sacrifice a lot of my people to be able to destroy the Israelites, because he don't care who he destroys, not even himself, to destroy the Israelite man, to keep us down so that we won't be able to rise up. But the spirit of the Most High is far stronger than the low-level flesh of the Edomites and their low-level understanding. So with that being said, I hope this video was edifying. The water to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai for another video through the Rachak Wadash. Until next video, I'll say, Shalom.